Hi, I'm Eric. Welcome to the first episode of Movie Was. In case you haven't heard, there's a new Star Wars movie out. It's called Star Wars Rogue One, and if you haven't seen it, this movie was awesome. Not a perfect movie by any means. There's a few little flaws here and there, but as a whole, great movie, a lot of fun. I'll be doing a more in-depth spoiled review, talking about a lot more of the movies and, obviously with spoilers. So keep a lookout for that review, and let's get into it. First of all, a little backstory of how I went into this movie. I only watched the first official trailer and then decided to do a media blackout. No watching trailers, no radio spots, no TV, changing the channel, everything. Didn't want to see behind the scenes footage. Friends of mine would be like, new Star Wars trailer out. I'm like, nope, can't watch it. And it was the best decision I ever could have made. After watching it, I watched a whole lot of, all the trailers that came out, and there was a ton of stuff, not really spoiling the plot of the movie, but just little bits of the movie that just made it that much more enjoyable, and just made me a lot more excited than I probably would have if I saw it in the trailers. So about this movie, it's a standalone movie apart from the whole Star Wars Star Wars timeline, which is essentially the Skywalker story arc. So it happens right before Star Wars: A New Hope. It's essentially the opening crawl of the movie, and it goes into how the rebels get the plans for the Death Star. So let me talk about a little bit of what I liked about this movie. The story was fun. It was a good, fun story. A little slow in the beginning, but once it gets going, it gets going. Characters are fun. I love the robot K2SO, which is the tall Imperial droid that we see. He was unexpectedly really fun and a good member of the cast. The blind guy that we see in the trailer with the staff that takes out like a squad of stormtroopers, he was fun. He was a great addition to the cast, and of course, the original stormtroopers. I mean, guys in suits, no CG dudes. Super fun, just great, nostalgic, nostalgic throwback for me. And that leads me into the nostalgia of this movie. It was Star Wars universe nostalgia versus Force Awakens, which is almost like character nostalgia. So we get to see Han Solo and Chewie and the gang. So there was that, but the universe, like that world, seemed a little, I guess, slicker. It had a different feel than this one. This one felt very much in the same vein and period as not so much Star Wars due to effects, but in the same vein as like Empire and Jedi. Like, you could watch these and then watch Empire and Jedi, and it would feel exactly the same, which is a great credit to the directing and the writing and effects crew for this movie. The effects were great. Great use of CG. Some practical stuff. I'm guessing some practical stuff. I don't know. Like it's hard for me to tell. Also, a lot of great locations. We go to see in that desert planet, which is Jeddah, which is like a Jedi temple. That was a great location. We get to see Scarif, which is the beach planet, and of course, original Star Destroyers, original X-Wings. The Yavin 4 Rebel base was great. A lot of great stuff. It was just, sound effects when the X-Wings come in. Great. Loved every minute of it. Some of the not so good parts of this movie, the story was a little weak, at least early on. Kind of dragged a little bit for me in the opening. So it could have, I don't know, they could have paced it a little bit better. I didn't really care about the characters all that much. I don't know if it was because of the slow pacing and the backstory of the introduction of Jin and some of the characters, but just didn't really feel a connection to them. A great comparison would be Rey in Force Awakens. Like, another strong young female character, but just was able to latch onto her, like, you know, right away, and you felt for her and all that. Kind of didn't feel that way for Jin. Not too sure why. Some of the CG was a little bit overused at times. That's kind of a nitpicky thing for me since I work in the animation industry. You know, like I'm able to spot that probably more so than other people. And also, like, the music, at least early on, kind of felt a little jarring. Like, you would feel like the score kind of swell up into what is feeling like is going to be some of the original classic Star Wars, you know, score themes, but then it would kind of just abruptly take like a turn, and like we're not going to, you know, have that music cue. It's not like it was bad, it just it felt a little jarring for some reason. But all in all, this movie was great. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you've seen it, hell, go see it again. See it in the biggest theater you can. That's what big movie theaters are for. But yeah, I loved it. I thought this movie was amazing. I'll give it 4 out of 5. Alright, thanks for watching my first episode of Movie Ones. My name's Eric, and if you like my channel, you like my reviews, click below and subscribe. Thanks.